Hello everybody, welcome to the Focus Forum this week. We're going to look at the Champions League for you. We're going to look at Tuesday's games with Martin Keown and Big John Hartson as well. Coverage for you on 5 Live across the BBC website too. Let's start with Manchester City taking on Barcelona. It's a mouth-watering tie, Martin. And do you think Manchester City and Guardiola will have learnt something from that humbling at the Nou Camp a few weeks ago?
Well, you'd like to think so. At least they're probably going to start with a striker this time, to not play Aguero. I think Guardiola, I've been really impressed with him, but that wasn't his finest hour. He'd have been embarrassed by that, and he'll have some plan up his sleeve. But to stop the likes of Messi and Suarez and Neymar is going to be really tricky for Man City. But a great game to watch, and anyone going, I'm a little bit envious.
Yeah, Claudio Bravo, of course, suspended for this game, which was a certain talking point last time out, wasn't it, John?
Yeah, it was, and I just don't get it, to be honest. This, this goalkeeper using their feet, and they've been so important to teams. I just think goalkeepers have to be agile, they have to anticipate. So for me, I think it's also a very important game for Man City. I think they might possibly need to pick up, some points, maybe a win, because you look at the other two teams in the group. Borussia Mönchengladbach went to Celtic and had a great result. They'll be favourites to beat Celtic in Germany on Tuesday night. So it might be a case of Man City need points also.
I was going to ask you about that Celtic taking on a German team, which has become quite... They've now have scarves made saying a German team, haven't they? Because Celtic find themselves in a difficult position in the group. I suppose they knew before the competition that it was going to be tough to get out of this one.
Yeah, well, the main objective was to get through to the Champions League. I think in the last 2 or 3 seasons they'd missed out under Ronnie Dyler. Brendan Rodgers had been brought in to improve that. He's got them into the Champions League at the first attempt. They obviously got beat heavily away in Barcelona. A fantastic draw at home to Man City. And then a disappointing performance against Borussia Mönchengladbach a couple of weeks ago, sorry. So, difficult away from home. Celtic do struggle on the road in general in European games. So can't see them getting a lot in Germany Tuesday night.
And let me ask you about Arsenal as well, Martin, because they hammered Ludogorets last time out, 6-0 winners. And if they win in Bulgaria, they're through, aren't they? And all this after a pretty weird start to the Champions League campaign with that draw against Paris Saint-Germain, where they got away with it, didn't they?
It is, but I mean, Ludogorets, of course, they wouldn't want to be complacent. To win handsomely against them, it's still going to be a tricky one. They had a lot of pace on the break. The guy, particularly Cafu, down the middle, caused Arsenal some problems. But winning the group is the most important thing from an Arsenal point of view, because you want to go on from that last 16 and you need to finish ahead of PSG to do that. And
a quick word on Wednesday's games as well before we let you go. Spurs against Bayer Leverkusen, John. I mean, their record at Wembley is not great, whatever competition they're playing in. And they're in that position now with 4 points from 3 games. They've got to pick up something, haven't they?
Well, of course they have, and it's that Wembley hoodoo, if you like. They've lost already the one game they've played against Monaco at Wembley. They had a good result away in Leverkusen a couple of weeks ago where they got the draw. So again, it's very important for Spurs to go and win these home games and pick up maximum points.
And Leicester have just been a brilliant story, Martin, in Europe. I mean, it's almost like they can't do anything wrong at the moment. They only need 1 more point from their last 3 games to make it through to the knockout stage.
It is. I mean, it's very difficult. It's proving, of course, to do well in the Premier League at the same time, Ranieri. But it's the next stage for these players. And to see Vardy's at the Ballon d'Or, he's on that list as well. It just goes on and on. They're in a very weak group, and I expect Leicester to do well. But it's so new for them. I've been really impressed with how they've coped.
Do either of you think Leicester can win it?
Champions League?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
But listen, remember what we said last season about the Premier League, and they if they get into knockout stages, who knows?
Incredible circumstances last season for that to happen, wasn't it? The way that Chelsea imploded, Man City didn't do it, Arsenal had opportunities, Tottenham were great in the end, but no, I can't see. That is just one too far there.
OK, well, hopefully we'll be replaying this.
You'll be wearing your underpants if they do that one.
Do not get me involved in that. Remember, coverage of all the games on the website and on 5 Live as well. And we're back on Friday night with live coverage of the FA Cup, our first FA Cup live game. You're with us for that, aren't you, doing commentary?
Looking forward to it, Eastleigh against Swindon.
Oh, it's going to be a beauty. And then on Saturday, the whole of Football Focus will be live on the road at Westfields FC in Hereford for the FA Cup first round. Can't wait. See you then. Big thank you to Martin and to John, and thank you for watching. See you again soon.